44. 44. Love, love, love. 44. I mean, that's like 2 4s next to each other. 44. Love, love, love. 44. Oh. 44. Yeah. I love doing this. It's so much fun. It's just lots of fun. I hope you're having fun watching. I really do. I really do. You know, because of the wonderful thing that I hope these videos does. How do you love and appreciate yourself? One of the things we talked about, and why? You know, okay, so we need to do just a little bit of review, because you're going to operate and you're going to feel better. You know, it just come on now. If you're loving yourself and appreciating yourself, you're going to be a healthier individual. I don't care what walk of life you are. If you're appreciating yourself and loving yourself, you're going to be a healthier yourself. You're going to be a healthier you. You're going to be a healthier yourself. And, you know, because you're, you know, giving yourself and taking care of yourself with the things that you deserve are going to make you healthier. And, you know, people function at a higher level when they have more love in them. Love is a power. It's a power. Love is a power, my friend. It's a power. The power of love in you can conquer many things. But first, you got to start with loving yourself first. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. How can you do some of the things that you want to love yourself, right? You start doing those things, change is difficult in many different areas, right? Loving yourself doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to go eat a whole chocolate pie. Because you got to be sensible. Got to be sensible about it, you know, sensible. Because maybe that, you know, all that sugar. No. So, you know, because, you know what I've done before? And I bought myself flowers, you know, and I don't care who you are. I mean, I think every human being appreciates flowers. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to say that you could probably ever meet anybody in this world that didn't appreciate flowers, right? Whether you're a man or whether you're a woman or whether you're a child or whatever. Oh, I don't really care for flowers, you know, no, I don't like looking at them either. No, I think, you know, flowers are kind of that universal pleasurable thing. Ooh, flowers. And when you go up and smell them, it kind of, you know, it can kind of, depending on the flower, it can change the way you feel. I mean, you bring that aroma in yourself and it changes the way you feel. And it smells good and it's pleasing and it almost kind of takes you to a fort. And if you're furry mermaid, you almost think, you know, wouldn't it be great if you could just take the flowers and just put it in up on your nose or something like close like, or that, you know, put it over there, bro, and then breathe it all day. Just breathe the smell of, like, we'll just use the typical example of roses all day. Think about that. You know, you ever go up to a rose, nice, fresh, good quality roses, and you just kind of, it almost relaxes you, right? So I've done that I've done that, you know, and you bring the flowers and you walk into the room and there they are. And when they start to bloom, it creates an energy in the room. You know, you don't have to don't wait for Valentine's Day, you know, don't wait for Valentine's, you know, buy them sooner. You know, there's tons of flowers out there. They even have, I've even bought flowers in the markdown rack, you know, because they still provide that same thing, you know? So, you know, and if, you know, here's what you can do kind of in disguise, you know, if you're with somebody else, you know, do this. just keep your mouth shut. Okay, don't say nothing. Buy them for yourself. Bring them home, put them on the table, and just set them down. And maybe it's a spouse or somebody. What'd you do that for? You know, it's such like a shock to do that kind of thing, to buy flowers, you know. What'd you do that for? Oh, honey, are they for me? And in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, sure. Even though maybe you bought them because you appreciated them and you liked them. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Because, you know, you're kind of spreading something like that, but you're still enjoying them for you as well. You're still enjoying them for you as well. You know, so what comes to my mind right now, kind of switch directions here a little bit, was, you know, kids. The little children, some of the little children that are watching these videos, some of the older children, some teenagers, some young adults, you know, I still think, man, even though you're 18, 19 years old and you think you smart whip, you're still a child. You know, when you get older and you look back to when you were 18 or 19, you think, my head was so far up my, you know, but when you're that old, you think, no. So, you know, what can you do for yourself? You know, what comes to my mind, there's not enough complimenting that goes on out there. There's just not. And, I think a lot of it stems from because people never learned how. People never learned how to compliment because nobody ever complimented them. And there's a lot. I mean, that's kind of disappointing, really. You know, that there's not more of that goes on out there, because the serious impact that has, that can, you know, kind of sort of change people's lives just a little bit, or change how they feel, or change that improves them and kind of builds up there. And some people, you know, it would make their day to get a compliment, make their week for that matter, you know? So there's just not a lot of it that goes on out there. So I think for kids, really, it's good habit for everybody, really. But we're talking about children and young adults to start getting in the habit of complimenting yourself. Instead of being down on yourself, instead of being negative about yourself, to compliment yourself. You know, hey, you know, I like this shirt and I look good in it. You know, you got to go through a practice of that period of a time, because, you know, as a child, you got the world by the tail, pretty much. You do, because there's so much opportunity out there. But the thing about it is that we are driven and we are held back so much by our own lack of self-worth and lack of self-esteem, that we end up selling ourselves short from a lot of the great things that we could become or that we could do in life, because we never got that support. And I can tell you 100%, I never got that support, and I never had the confidence in me. So I don't think I'm special with regards to that. That's for darn sure. That I'm not any special when it comes to that particular aspect of complimenting yourself, you know, being proud of yourself, and, you know, being happy about yourself, accepting yourself, believing in yourself. You know, so kids can start to compliment yourself, you know, and I like these shoes. These are good, you know. Maybe I got to see them, but I did good on that paper. I did good, you know, because really, I think one of the things that needs to be had for the most part out there is letting go of expecting stuff from other people, because, you know, unfortunately, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's just somewhat of a reality. For the most part, we're not getting what we need from other people. The best place that we're going to get it is from ourselves, because if we can nurture ourselves and love ourselves, then that's going to put a certain amount of love that is within us, that is going to make us who we are and improve us, so that we can spread that to others.